is New Day Northwest. Now, here's Margaret Larson.
Hi, everybody. How are you? Good to see everyone. Hi there, and welcome to New Day Northwest. We have a great show lined up for you, chock full of fun, food, wine, great reading, music, the works this morning.
Please share the shore.
It's a new day all over.
In case you have not noticed this, one thing that we do love at New Day is food. And even more specifically, we love cheese, which is fortunate because we're about to come on to the 7th annual Seattle Cheese Festival. It returns this weekend for 2 days of cheesy bliss. We cannot wait. Joining me now is Shane Wallen from De Laurentiis Specialty Food, and he's an award-winning maker of something called a burrata. So do I call you the head cheese, or you El Queso Grande?
Shane will do. Shane will do just fine.
Okay, Shane. So we're making a burrata, and that's what this is, right?
Yeah, burrata is essentially similar to mozzarella, but rather than being rolled and shaped into a ball or some other form, it's actually formed into a pouch, and it contains this really yummy, creamy, buttery filling inside.
Does that not sound like heaven? There's like this cheesy middle. Okay, how do we make it?
Okay, so I've already got some chopped mozzarella curd that's diced pretty finely, and it's softening up in some water right now, and it's already become quite a bit more melted. So we're just going to give that a second more.
Okay.
Just for instance, I have about a gallon of water in here, and it's heated to about 178-ish. I've just added about a cup of salt, a generous cup. It seems like a lot, but most of it goes by the wayside after the curd bathes. So I'll give that one more second.
That looks like fun. Do you get to smush it with your fingers?
Yeah, absolutely.
I love
Care
that.
to?
If you want me to. My hands are clean.
That's fine.
Okay. So I just try to smush it up a little bit?
Yeah, you can see.
Ooh, you're right. That
we're going to have to melt it down just a little bit more from there. But this is what the curd's like as it is. It kind of feels like rubber.
Okay.
And essentially, we're just going to take this down and try to cut it into fine, kind of relative, like quarter-inch cubes.
Okay.
Keep it pretty small. It doesn't have to be uniform.
Does it taste like mozzarella already?
This tastes like nothing. It's vaguely milky.
Okay.
It has no flavor. But once we add the salt to it and we actually make cheese out of it, it's going to bring the sweetness of the milk out to the forefront. And so you'll have the salt and the sweet in there, and still a really mild, wonderful cheese. So we've got our curd there. This is probably ready to drain, so I'm going to empty this, and we're going to give it another quick second bath.
Okay.
To fully melt it down. You can see already it's kind of started to coagulate and stay together.
And you do this with the hot water rather than in the oven or something like that, because you want it to absorb the salt and the other tastes and do all the things it's supposed to do. Okay.
And let me give this a quick stir.
Alrighty. And is that at a kind of a mild boil?
We're at about 178 or so.
Okay.
Too much hotter, and you won't be able to get your hands in there. And as it is, it kind of hurts.
Yeah, it was fairly warm. My cuticles are now nice and soft.
Yeah, that's why I have such beautiful hands. So we'll give that one more second here. So what I've got here is a bowl lined with cheesecloth. And so what I'm going to do when I shape the cheese, instead of rolling it into a ball, I'm going to flatten it out into essentially just a big pancake, get it as thin as I can. I'll drape it inside this bowl. And then here we have the filling that we're going to put in it.
Oh my goodness.
And you can see it's got lots of texture. What we have here is reduced cream plus stretched curd that's already been salted and chopped.
Oh my
you could also use like imported Italian panna del cucina, which is essentially the same thing. You'll still have to add your stretched curd to it. So this is probably, and that hurts. Ouch, yeah.
Sorry.
Thank
you for taking the pain for me.
Sometimes I dance in place just to make it go.
Look at that, and then it's nice and smooth right away, so you know it's ready.
So this is the texture we're looking for, and what I'm doing is just kind of rolling it around in my hand, almost shaping like a mushroom cap. I'm pulling down on top, stretching the curd, and then tucking it in beneath. And I could just roll it into a ball of mozzarella. But at this point, I'm going to take it and try to flatten it out as much as I can.
Doesn't it look like fun, you guys? I love playing with food.
In fact, I might just place it here, and sometimes if you place it on a flat surface and just push it out.
Okay, so we sort of make a disc out of it, a little bit like a crust.
And then I'll take this guy
into the bowl
and drape it right in the cheesecloth, and I can see I'm going to have an issue there because I hurried.
You have a thin spot in the middle.
Thin spot in the middle. That's why we have.
But that's okay. This is through the magic of television. We have final product over here.
We have final product already. So I'm going to take this now and get as much filling in there as I can. And you can make these any size you want. They're generally really best served up fresh right after you've made them.
Can you add anything else to the filling if you want? Other stuff in there?
You could. You put a little truffle salt or something in there, but you know, it's a simple cheese. It's really meant to just be enjoyed pretty simply. So now I'm going to take up the sides and kind of pleat it and pull up all the sides so they meet.
Okay, I'd help you if I knew what you were doing, but I have no clue. I'll just pull the cheesecloth away for you.
There,
How's
that's
that?
perfect.
That's kind of helpful.
Actually, this is the one stage of it where it would be helpful to have a second pair of hands. So now that I've got that all kind of bound up, I'm going to bring up the cheesecloth around it.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. You got the kitchen string already. Perfect.
Alrighty.
And this isn't going to look very neat, but we'll just tie that off nice and tight there.
We're demonstrating.
Yeah.
All right.
And so at this point,
I'm going to make a little bow because I have no idea what you really want.
no, you should make it pretty. I can never do that with one hand. So at this point, what I would do is take this, and you can already see it's leaking a little bit, but I would put it in a plastic bag and then let it rest in some cool water for a while. And I've got that right here.
And then that's okay? Just throw those anywhere.
You can put it in a bag, and we'll put it in a bag so that when we rest it in cool water, it's not going to leak and get watery.
All right, great. So we're going to post the recipe so everybody will be able to see how it's finished off, but
Perfect.
This is what it looks like when we're done, right?
This is the finished product. That's,
and then how do you serve it?
Put it in a bowl because it's going to ooze out, and get yourself some nice crusty bread, and that's really the best way to enjoy it. And I could cut it open
Cut
if
it
you
open,
want.
let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens.
Oh my goodness, look at
It's
that.
going to start to spill out there.
Doesn't that look wonderful?
And you can see all that creamy interior there.
This little piece right here is for me.
Oh, Margaret, you know I have some bread for you as well.
Do you? Let me have a taste. Oh my goodness.
It's just simple.
There's cheese and cream. What could go wrong?
You know, maybe add a little touch of salt to it.
Oh, that's great.
Boom.
Thank you. We're going to take a commercial break wherein I will eat more cheese.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Shane. We'll have the recipes to make your own fresh burratas and mozzarella over on our website so you can try them at home, or better yet, the Seattle Cheese Festival is happening this Saturday and Sunday at the Pike Place Market. There will be tons of cooking and tasting. I have cheese on my face for everyone. And as always, the winner of the best grilled cheese sandwich will be announced and be on sale at the festival, so please enjoy. Coming up next, what goes nicely with cheese? How about some wine? We are tasting spring wines. Thank you. This was delicious.